It's time to make the Schmatzl. Stick with me. Good morning. Did you guys rest well? Look at all that fat on top of you. And is that a foot I see? So what is Schmatzl? Schmatzl is easy. It's the chicken fat. It's clarified chicken fat, which means it's been strained and it has absolutely none of the broth or the liquid or any of the meat products in it. It's pure chicken fat. Oh, and it is so good. Let's make some. At first it seemed really tedious, but now I actually find it very relaxing, oddly relaxing. So what you are going to do is take one of these little scoopers and you are going to just scoop out the top layer of fat. Now, I put mine in a gravy separator and I just keep going until it's full and it'll get all the way up and I'll be right back. Then with the gravy separator, it's really cool because here's the broth part of it and here's the fat. And we just pour the broth part back in. And we keep going. We're not done yet. It still has more in there. Okay, the big layer of fat is gone. It's just little speckles of fat, which I could strain off if I wanted to. I'm going to be canning this for later. Later tonight, we're going to turn it back on high to boil it. You're going to bring it to a boil, take it down to a simmer, and let it simmer until you're ready to can it, or at least 4 hours, so half a day. Now, you're going to take a small mason jar with a cheesecloth or a funnel, some type of strainer that has very fine mesh. This one is very fine mesh. You're going to put it over the top. You're going to bring this over. After you've let it sit for a while, so all of the clear fat comes up on top, you're going to, I always use my big one first, the big one here, because you're going to have to do this several times. You're going to scoop the top layer of the fat out and you're going to strain it. You're going to do this about at least 2, possibly 3 times. The reason you want to do it 3 times or more than 2, or at least 2, is because you're going to continue to get a little tiny layer of the liquid in the bottom. And that liquid will not store long term. This fat right here will store for at least several weeks. I put mine in the freezer. I'll show you. I'll see you in part 2.